What's up, y'all? So this video, I'm just gonna be yapping about some of the summer paintings I've been doing and my mindset lately. And I'm gonna start with this cute one here. And the inspiration too was me and my wife had been going around to like aquariums and different wildlife centers in upstate New York. And one of them had well, here's the painting. I'll explain it. So this one's definitely more cutesy and kind of innocent, and I really like it though, and it was really good for me to do. I think because it broke me out of like that weird like, oh, all my art has to be professional or it's got to be like this edgy graphic design or minimalism and whatever. And instead I just was like, I want to paint something I saw in nature that I thought was very pure. And the wildlife center had this beautiful pond with the lotuses and everything. And actually I don't think I ever saw that many lotuses in person until I went to this place. And they also had a little otter. And otters being adorable animals, I thought was a good combination just to do the lotus with the otter and the colors like Monet a little bit, but not really. It's just this was just a fun one, but I really like it. And if that explains some of my mindset too, I've been trying to break myself out of certain molds about art and being inundated is how I think of it is when you're kind of inundated with knowledge and too flooded and you're just unable to like you could do paintings, you could do your sketches and whatnot, but it feels like being bombarded by different techniques and styles and what is like what you're supposed to be doing or if you're not supposed to be outlining, and it's just all too much, and sometimes it's good just to like snap yourself out of it. um, and that also explains the painting behind me. So hopefully the camera picks it up okay. This one too. This one was began without any sort of sketch or plan. It was just frustration. It was a rainy day outside, and I've been up in the mountains, up in upstate New York, to kind of like clear my mind and other reasons. Um, and so I didn't have a plan going into this, but it also was part of that idea about sometimes I'll get hung up on if my color theory is too bold or what that even means, and a lot of artists like to do natural earth tones, which is awesome. I think that's like an awesome style, like the realism. But I always gravitate towards like intense color theory, and looking around at one of the places we went to was like a natural cave formation with like the underwater rivers and waterfalls and stalactites, and part of that was so beautiful because this places always have like gift stores with the geodes and stuff like that and the colorful gemstones. I found that inspiring just because it was natural colors, natural things in nature that were vibrant and alive with that color. And the other example too is aquariums, and you see this in aquatic life, just full of color and it's natural. And so you see that in nature anyway. You see the earth tones, and then you look around and flowers are have that boldness, and it just was a good reminder that like the gemstone mountain here and the stars and like the exolotl itself and stuff like that. It's the boldness is natural too. So this was a good way to break out of certain things. I didn't want to do a sketch, even though uh, I still default to that, like doing the underdrawing and everything. I just wouldn't wanted something loose. But this one's not done. I may or may not do prints for it. What am I saying? I'll probably do prints. You'll find it online. I just have to finish it and upload it. But when it's ready, or if you really want one soon, just let me know and I'll get that moving. Um, but I do really love this one for what it is. Is that it snapped me back to like it shook the dust off some of my inhibitions. Okay. All right, we gotta save Buddy. He wants to come in. Hi, Buddy. Okay. This one's more traditional. It's the first one I did up here. Um, and by traditional, I mean like the undersketch and the process. And I actually think the undersketch I did for it, um, maybe I'll put it on Patreon or something, just the method, was really good. Um, and I'll probably do more of that. And it is just a landscape, and landscapes I normally don't think about too much, but this one in particular is a special place up where we're at in New York State, and it's leading to a waterfall. It's part of one of the big lakes up here. Um, but I think this hit a lot of the marks I wanted for my own style, or just as a refreshing piece. I always think about art as warm ups, but sort of a just a habit. A little more true to form. I actually don't have a whole lot to say about this one because I like how it came out. And it's basically done. I just need to varnish it. And of course, with that, it's if anyone wants to buy it, it's here. Or if they want prints, let me know. I intended to keep it up here in the mountains as sort of a reminder of this place, but offer a good price. This one's got a lot of texture too. It's probably going to be hard to see on the camera, but in general, I just like how it came out, and oh, yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. Other than that, it is based off a picture. Like there's a reference, more traditional, not from imagination, like this bad boy. Here's a couple of warm ups and practices too. Neither are complete. One is at like, this one is like 60% done, but it is like a cool way if you're interested, like my halfway process or how things start to look. But I do really like this one. And I'm trying different blues and things on the sky, more subdued, and I'm actually stuck on something here. I keep looking at it. Whether I want this to be like a cherry blossom or clouds. It was supposed to be clouds, but I'm looking at it like it's like a tree, which I'd have to change like some of the depth a little bit, but that's fine. Okay. This one's cute. My wife likes it. I don't think it's done. I think I'm gonna add more yellow, but it's just the White Cliffs of Dover, uh, in the UK, United Kingdom. And this was like a warm up too. I started this one down in um, the normal apartment just as an extra piece. Like I had this canvas laying around and I was like wiping paint off onto it. And I kind of saw the cliff area. But this too, just a nice, no reference, imagination landscape, um, shaking the dust off. And I say that a lot, but it's something that seems to happen the more like I'm going through school and work. There's like a, not that I get rusty, but it's like I get inundated with techniques and theories, and I've been seeing actually a trend of these videos of people saying like to stop watching advice or like how to market your art and just sort of usually you know the right answer to things. It's kind of more about taking action, and you might be getting advice that's true advice, but just not applicable to you yet, or something like that. So, the past year, I haven't been posting a lot, so I'm hoping, not hoping, I'm kind of breaking out of it. But yeah, this one's cute. I just like this one. I wanted to show it again. All right, this is just a sketch, but it might become a larger painting. And part of this is getting back to my roots, like being up here. And when I was younger, a teenager, I didn't do any like painting. I did some watercolor. I did just a lot of drawing. I do like weird abstractions like this, and it's sort of something that comes from the heart, like weird creatures or like angels or something. And I've always it creeps into some of the paintings, but I'd like to do one that's more of like this full version of what I was trying to do when I was younger. Um, and I don't, whatever that means, but it's sort of this calling of the heart. But I do have some old, like some of my old watercolors and things when I was first starting out, a little more personal. But maybe part of all this, what I'm talking about, is getting back to the roots. So here's like a weird chimera or like a, I don't know, like a dragon or something. But maybe I'll blow it up and do a painting of it. All right, just gonna check something. Yeah, I don't have any of my equipment. This audio, I hope it's okay. It's all on the phone, so testing that out. We'll just call it lo-fi. I like this too. I like the idea of sketching things, and some of my favorite artists, I'll notice, they'll do this where they'll almost like how Da Vinci and all those guys did. They'll do the cartooning and they'll sketch like a lot of it out, and and transfer it to the canvas. And the way I've been seeing like modern artists do it, I actually am like that seems really fulfilling. And these ones are good to like shake things off and like let your imagination go wild. But maybe what I feel like I'm missing is the way I would just draw as a kid, as a younger person, um, and then taking that full drawing to a canvas, and that way all the imagining is let loose already, and the rest is just like painting by numbers and glazing. Um, so I'm gonna give that a try. I do that anyway in commissions. Like I'll draw it all out, do the underdrawing and everything, as I think you should, for the best likeness. But in personal stuff, I sometimes am a little bit more lax. All right, these are just warm ups, but I think they're also super cool. One is just the tree, sky, and getting like the colors right, and then this one is just like a typical forest scene that I see around. Hi, buddy. That I see around this area. Um, but I wanted to get better at that. That sort of like detailed nature look. Um, Not that it's difficult, but that it's super satisfying. And I just wanted to practice that. But I like this too, the idea of having a warm up book for painting. And I have a few at home, but everything I do in there becomes always becomes a little more like I treat it too serious almost. So this one's nice, like doing just these are strictly warm ups. And this is the palette I've been using. Sometimes I'm organized with a palette. It's just a piece of plywood I found up here. This is for sale too. maybe for sell is the wrong word, but if anyone wants these, I also have a some of these I do turn into actual paintings. I haven't posted any yet. I plan on it, and they turn out pretty cool. Like I'll see a shape or something. Um, but yeah, that's the palette. With that, I'm gonna end the video. And as always, please like and subscribe and share. Um, I'm pretty new to this stuff, but I'm liking the idea of sharing my art through this platform. Um, Subscribe too if you really feel like it. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.